goodness, we got the UPS truck and the FedEx. Oh, am I happy to see, wait a minute. Oh man, I thought I was getting my spoiler. Oh, that stinks. That is unfortunate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another install because, well, this giant package just showed up after a couple failed attempts. I wouldn't say failed attempts, just getting my hopes up, which I don't even know why. I knew this was arriving USPS, not UPS or FedEx, but when you're expecting mail and you see mail trucks, it's one of those things. Anyways, we have it now, and this is the Carbon Imports spoiler. So this is the low kick version. If you guys are unfamiliar with Carbon Imports, this is now my 4th item that I've had on my car. While it's not on yet, it's about to be. If you guys missed last video, go watch that first. It's the diffuser install. This one's just gonna complement the look on the rear, and then we also have some other goodies coming for the rear end of the car, which I'll show you guys obviously in due time when they actually arrive. They're still in the mail. We're expecting a couple things in the mail, so kind of building things quickly. We have multiple moving pieces right now, but this is one we can get done today, so let's unbox it, shall we? I've said this before and I'll say it again. Unboxing stuff is like Christmas morning, except you know exactly what's inside the box in most cases. Oh, there she is. All right, I'm gonna get this unwrapped and then immediately ceramic coat it if we have the temperature for it. This was sitting in the truck for probably hours and hours today, so it's probably a little chilly. Before we get to this, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, me. I bought this full price because it's worth it, and you should too. Ooh, there we are. All right. Nice. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. That is gonna look so nice. A little different style than what was on my old car, the S5, but I really wanted this for my car after seeing it on a couple online. You can see it comes with the double-sided tape already on it. Again, gonna let this thaw out a bit. It is pretty cold to the touch, so gonna let it warm up in the garage and then get a little ceramic coating on. Should be all we need there. See it kind of rainbowing over. That's how we know it's doing its magic. It's almost ready to be leveled and wiped off. Oh, there's a good shot of it. That's sweet.
All right, that carbon is protected now. We're all set. Gonna let that cure overnight. And we'll install it tomorrow. Gonna go to the shop to install it because we need some specific things to take off the existing spoiler, like some fishing line, heat gun, and then a little drill attachment that I'll show you guys when we get there tomorrow. But it's a couple little things that are really important to taking everything off cleanly so we don't destroy the paint. But look at that. Wow. That's nice. I like that.
The rear of this car is looking good. Last video you guys saw the diffuser install, so the transformation of the rear end has commenced. Today we are adding to it with the Carbon Imports low kick spoiler for the B9 S4. This thing is a beaut, and we already ceramic coated it, so the ceramic coating process was super easy. This is a smaller piece, so it's not as intricate as the diffuser was. It took a little less time, but the tricky part with the spoiler today is taking off the old existing one. So that's going to be the time commitment of the video. It's gonna be kind of the tricky part, but for that, I have a couple tricks up my sleeve I'll share with you guys and how to get the spoiler off. So that brings us to the materials we need. So the 3 things we'll need for this project are a heat gun, some fishing line, and some solvent or isopropyl alcohol, something to get grease and fingerprints and residue and crap off. The other thing we'll need, I'll go get because I forgot to bring it over here. All right, I got our last tool here, which is a drill, some batteries for the drill, and these attachments, which are made of rubber. So they're not gonna hurt our paint if we use them correctly. Make sure they're all clean before we start attacking. I'll show you guys what these are used for when we get to it, but one of the most important steps for adhesive removal right here. Install is gonna be a quick, easy one today, just some double-sided 3M tape on the rear side of that spoiler. I suppose I should say bottom side of that spoiler. Much more aggressive than the stock one. I'll show you guys what it looks like here up next to the car so we can get an idea of what this thing will look like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. That'll look nice. It's not too much. It's not like
crazy. They do offer some crazy ones, like the one we put on Evan's car. I believe it's the V2. And I think they even have a V4. So if you're looking to get something like huge and crazy, ridiculously aggressive, they do offer it. But I kind of like the subtlety of this one and the sleek carbon look. I think it's gonna look awesome. So let's get to it. Let's get this thing off the car. All right, so we've done this before on the channel, but it's always good to have a quick refresher. I wanna get going, and what we're gonna do is just heat up the surface here to get the adhesive nice and warm without doing too much. General rule is if it hurts your hand, you don't wanna put it that close to your paint. So with the heat I have on right now, about 5 or 6 inches away from the paint, we'll just go around and kind of heat up that adhesive, make it malleable so we can cut through it with the fishing line. Sometimes you don't need this step, but we'll just want to make sure it's thawed out because it was just outside in the cold temperatures here in northern Michigan. Then we'll take our fishing line and do one of these. Oh, that's coming off easy. Holy moly. We're flying through this, ladies and gents. Just back and forth like you're sawing. Getting caught up a little bit there, so I'm gonna add some heat. That heat is helping quite a bit. Almost to the end here. Now that we're done, it comes right off. Boom. Easy as that. So the adhesive, bring you guys over, is obviously still on here. We'll actually be able to scrape most of this off, probably just with a clean microfiber and some solvent. Let's get this off, make it nice and clean for our new one. So for taking this stuff off, we're gonna wanna use the least abrasive method unless we need to go harder. In the case of this stuff, what we'll do is just spray some solvent right onto the side here. Trying to be careful not to drip it all over the place because this car is ceramic coated and solvent will kind of eat through the coating. So as you can see, most of that's already coming off, which is a really good sign. Just with the microfiber, we might not even need that at all. In fact, I'm just gonna say it right now, we won't. I've actually found that fingernail at this point is gonna do a better job, and it's gonna be an easier cleanup, and it's not gonna be as abrasive. Just for the last little bit of adhesive that's left on the surface, I'm gonna finish these last little pieces up here and then hit some solvent, and I'll be ready for the install. All right, we're as clean as it's gonna get. Look at that look. That look is actually kind of crazy. The nose spoiler plus the diffuser. It kind of looks like the B8.5 with that natural kind of slope towards the end, like right here. What do you say we just keep this look? I don't know. That looks wild, actually. Because it just looks so aggressive with the diffuser. Then it's like nothing. Obviously, we're not keeping this look because we've got this puppy right here. Now that we've done all the prep work, it's gonna be just laying it down. So we are about 99% as perfect as we can be. I am very particular about my installs. I'd make sure all the right preparation is done because we don't want this thing to fall off at 55 miles an hour. Now this part is way easier with 2 people, but I am 1 person right now. So I wanted to do a quick test fit. So this is gonna be what it looks like, and holy cow. That's nice. Jeez, I can't believe this is my car. This thing just looks sick, but it's not overdone. It's not like gaudy. It's not obnoxious. It's just the perfect amount of like, yep, there it is. If you guys want this exact one, the link will be in the description below. Carbon Imports knocks it out of the park with this stuff. As you guys know, my S5 had a bunch of Carbon Imports stuff, and now the S4 is getting some love as well. Again, nice part about Carbon Imports, you don't have to get your own tape. They have it on the wing for you when you order it. Perfectly laid out how you want it for the lines of the car.
Perfect on that side. Perfect on that side. And just push down. Let that stick and bond to the paint. Yup, perfect fitment, let's go. Did it all by myself. Pretty impressed with that actually. Again, I'm super particular with these installs, so I'm gonna go a little crazy on it. Making sure it's in place, but again, having this fly off on my ride back is not what we want. The only thing we need now is the fitment to be right. I have an excuse because it's the winter here in Michigan, and the setup might look a little weird, a little cringe because we don't have good fitment, but we have aero. Once we get a proper wheel setup and drop this thing on some H&R lowering springs, it'll take care of itself. But for now, the rear end of this car has been completely transformed. And I'll just tell you guys right now, I have gloss black badges for the 4 rings here, the S4 here, and then in the front as well. Do not have a grill yet, like an RS style grill. We're gonna see how it looks with just the black rings and then a little lip spoiler action on the front. I think paired with like the black optics package with the trim, the mirror caps, and then all the added carbon we've done back here, it'll look really, really, really good. I am really impressed with this rear end. Super thrilled with the Carbon Imports fitment, shipping. Literally, I bought this like 5 days ago, and it arrived yesterday. That was super fast. Got everything in a timely manner. I'm gonna pull it outside because it's light out and everything kind of looks better when it just comes outside, especially with the sun. If you look over here, we'll see what it looks like in the parking lot, shining with a little sunlight on it. Whee! Shop floor has been mopped. Always clean up after yourself, especially if you're using someone else's space. All right, all set there. Got some of my fingerprints on it, but looks good nonetheless. Again, link to Carbon Imports down below. If you guys are new to the channel, want to see more mods on the S4, we have a ton of stuff coming. I feel like I say that every single video, but like, it's true. We're building this car so much faster than the S5, and that's largely thanks to you guys. So I appreciate every single one of you watching. Seriously does mean the world to me that you guys are invested in something like this. Such a silly hobby, but like brings so much joy to so many people. Thank you all for watching. I truly do mean that. Subscribe if you're new, hit like for the algorithm. Till next time, ladies and gents, we'll see you.